I am so pleased to be sending you Christmas greetings again as your governor. It is hard to believe how quickly the year has passed, and what a year it has been. As Christmas approaches, it's a good time to look back on what we have achieved this past year, what has not gone so well, and what lies ahead next year. It is also a good time for me, as governor, to reflect on my first year and a bit, and on whether my hopes have been realized and what I have learned. 2016 began on a sad note for anyone connected with Montserrat, with the death in January, just after his 90th birthday, of Sir George Martin. The music world, Montserratians, and many others mourned his passing, gave thanks for his legacy to music and to Montserrat, and sent condolences to his family. He will be much missed, but I know that the Montserrat Foundation will continue his work to support the development of music in Montserrat. Montserrat continues to be a place where the arts, and in particular, music, thrive. This year, we again welcome the wonderfully energetic and talented team from the Juilliard School of Music from New York, who gave their time and talents freely to work with budding young musicians in Montserrat. We so much enjoyed the blending of classical and Caribbean musical traditions, with participation of local performers and the opportunity to enjoy and learn from their world-class performances. And this year we also welcome John Otway, a well-known British rock musician who recorded the first album in Montserrat by an international artist since the Rolling Stones in 1989. 2016 also saw Montserrat attract positive international attention and interest in a number of areas. Articles in the New York Times, the UK Guardian newspaper, on regional UK radio, and other international publications brought welcome publicity for Montserrat. The interest of film and TV companies in filming feature films, documentaries, and reality TV series confirms that the reputation of the island's natural beauty and the warmth of its people is reaching further and wider than before. This month, until early April 2017, we are expecting further boosts to tourism to Montserrat with a full winter season of cruise ship visits. The Windstar Line and other pleasure vessels are welcome additions to the Little Bay skyline. Customer surveys suggest that Montserrat is the favorite destination during those cruises. Those who were here for St. Patrick's Week this year saw what is widely regarded as the best festival yet, with the most visitors to the island for that event since the volcanic eruption in 1997. With a scheduled ferry service now running, we're hoping for a similar influx of happy visitors in March next year. And as I speak, exciting news is coming from the third geothermal test well on St. George's Hill, suggesting that a viable geothermal source might have been found. Of course, there is still testing to be done, but 2017 will be an important year in the next phase of developing geothermal power on the island. Solar energy is also being developed as an additional source of renewable energy. By this time next year, I expect that we will have a clear pathway to meeting the goal that Montserrat will be self-sufficient in renewable energy by 2020. Of course, this also assumes that the volcano, whose energy we hope to harness, remains in a relatively calm state. We must remain realistic and vigilant in the knowledge that we are living with an active volcano. The Scientific Advisory Committee, who made their annual visit in November, reported that while the volcano remains in a prolonged state of pause, the eruption cannot be said to have ended. Their data suggests that it continues to be active, deep below the surface. Monitoring the volcano is now much more sophisticated than it was before the eruption and allows for much better warning and preparation than in the past. But we must not be lulled into thinking that there will be no more surface activity, any more than we should be thinking that the last several years of being bypassed by major weather events means that we will not be affected by them in the future. This leads me to touch on every other safety and security matters. Despite a busy hurricane season elsewhere in the Caribbean, Montserrat again escaped a major impact for the 6th year in a row. We have been blessed. We know that Hurricane Matthew, which passed over Montserrat as a mild tropical storm, wrought havoc, death, and destruction in Haiti. At this time of year in particular, our thoughts are with all those whose lives have been affected by natural disasters this year, in the Caribbean and all over the world. In Montserrat, we continue to urge everyone to engage seriously in preparations for the natural and man-made hazards that we face. Our economy and environment are fragile. The positive developments I've just mentioned are at serious risk if we cannot prepare for, respond to, and recover from events which impact us. Montserrat has thankfully also remained free from violent and organized crime that seems to plague our regional neighbors. That is the way we want it to stay. As with natural disasters, Montserrat's economy and development depend on what I refer to as a relatively crime-light environment. We must, however, recognize that we are situated in a region where violent gun and gang crime continues to increase. Ensuring that this does not affect Montserrat requires awareness and effort by the police and everyone in the community. In February 2017, we will mark the 50th anniversary of the founding of the Royal Montserrat Police Service. The RMPS has been at the heart of keeping Montserrat safe and will continue to do so. They deserve our support. I am particularly delighted that we can expect, by the end of March, a huge boost to the police marine capability with the arrival of a new, large, and well-equipped police boat. It will be able to patrol Montserrat's unpopulated coastline, coordinate operations with our neighbors in Antigua, Guadeloupe, and Nevis, and provide a first-rate platform for search and rescue operations. Its arrival will be a fitting 50th birthday celebration for the RMPS. We have also made great strides this year in better protecting Montserrat's children. The passing of the Children, Care and Adoption Bill in October is a major milestone in setting the legal framework for children to flourish in a safe and secure environment. I am also pleased that we have been able to establish a specialized child safeguarding unit within the Department of Social Services that will provide the dedicated expertise to safeguard children and manage cases where children and their families need support and assistance. We have accomplished a lot this year and overcome some real challenges. I'm very pleased to have been part of this, along with the Government of Montserrat, the UK government, our elected officials, and the Speaker in the Legislative Assembly, our Defence Force, our dedicated and hard-working public service, churches, non-governmental bodies, the media, the private sector, and the public at large, here and abroad. I want to send a special thank you to those who work through the holidays to keep us safe and secure, in particular, our emergency and police services. I am optimistic for the future because I know, although we may sometimes disagree, Montserratians have a remarkable way of pulling together when the need is there. This is a strength we should continue to build on. Being divisive may feel good at the moment, but it can never be productive, especially in a small community like ours. In the year ahead, I look forward to working with the public service to be the best it can be, to strengthening our security and justice sector, to the next steps on our pathway to sustainable energy, improving the protection of children and vulnerable people, celebrating our amazing culture and talent, ensuring that we can all remain safe and secure, and promoting Montserrat as a wonderful destination to visit, live, work, and do business. Every one of us, surely, has a responsibility and a role to play in making Montserrat the place you want it to be. In my role, I will continue to listen, learn, and respect. I will continue to pray and worship with you. I will also do my part to lead, to encourage, and enable. And I will continue to give my all to these tasks in the year ahead. I do hope that everyone in Montserrat and Montserratians everywhere have a wonderful Christmas, and that you are able to spend time with your families and friends and loved ones. I'm delighted that my family have again come from Canada to spend Christmas here on this beautiful island. So I send you all my very best wishes for a happy, peaceful, and blessed Christmas, and for a successful, productive, and prosperous New Year.